I was really excited. I thought I was going to walk in here and you were going to make some kind of like Baywatch reference or roast me for my shirt. And then I was going to go,
Why does everybody think I'm so mean?
Because I knew you in 2009.
This is day one of the Meghan Hates Mike, Mike Hates Meghan tour. I've packed the car in such a way where when she gets here, she'll probably get the hint. I want to make it seem like there's no room for her on this tour or in my life, so she should get it.
Meghan, you're a YouTuber?
You're going to insult me in the beginning of this video?
Meghan, would you consider yourself an influencer or...
Yeah, or insert other term here.
Yeah.
Wasn't
a serious question.
Yeah, I don't have a serious answer for it for sure.
We have known each other for a very long time.
Some might say too long.
Mm-hmm. I've said that.
Both of us.
And we were both living in different places in the world when we met each other.
We were.
I was living in Connecticut.
And I was living in Michigan.
Yes. And then
I'll tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead. Ellen said move to LA.
Ellen did say move to LA.
She was like, Adele wants you to move to LA.
But before I moved to LA, I specifically was like, that Mike Falzone that's got his records in a few Barnes and Nobles. I need to know the chords to those songs.
Borders books.
And Falzone wrote back and said, I don't know the chords to those songs.
Hell yeah.
But let's be friends.
Yeah.
And then we started going on tour together. I would show up in a car. We'd fill it full of shit. And we'd travel the country.
And we would play to 27 people in every state in this beautiful nation.
We sure would.
And I was very thankful for all of those 27 people.
One of the few people I think I could spend that many hours in a car with.
Yeah.
Listening to podcasts.
And Mike Doty. And
not speaking occasionally in like the most lovely way.
That's the one. So long story short, to catch everybody up, we started as internet friends. You're probably my oldest remaining internet friend.
Well, we'll see how this year goes.
2019, brand new year, 6 months in.
Cancel me, please.
Still feels fresh. Dude, I can't wait to get canceled. I can't wait to feel like that matters.
I tried to cancel you back in like 2009.
You did.
I tried.
You actually would have been and this just shows you how standards change.
Yeah.
You would have been the one canceled for the things that you've said publicly about me.
Probably,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I came out with a Lily Allen cover, I think.
Oh, yeah, Lily Allen.
Remember her, the British?
I do.
And...
she wrote a song about not being able to fuck.
Yes, and then you said that I was not able to fuck. And then...
but I had never fucked you.
Right, or even asked anyone, which is a little rude.
I had never fucked anybody.
I could have given you multiple number of people.
Several.
To have on a podcast.
Yeah.
People that Mike Falzone has had sex with.
Yeah, a couple. I'm sure I've met a few of them in my life.
You have.
Yeah.
You've shaken their hands.
Probably sold merch to them.
Yeah. Dude, one time...
You know how it's a real friendship is that we just had an entire story pass between us.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
There's a conversation that me and you could have that I
Yeah.
can't have with anyone else. Because we have so many, we toured at a time where no other, YouTube people would come out of their house.
Yes.
And then we toured all over the place. And we had all these mutual friends in this world. And then some of our mutual friends turned out to be not so friendly at all. Some people that we've met along the way have been lovely, though.
Love it.
In all honesty.
Tessa.
Remind me of... Yes, of course. Tesla
Violet. My favorite artist.
Dude, we took her on her first tour a musician.
And now she's famous.
Yeah.
I love it.
She worried me so much.
Did she?
On tour with us. Because she would sing along to every song on the radio.
Oh, I remember this specifically.
And I'm like, I was thinking, you're gonna be hoarse every night.
She learned a little lesson. You learned that early on in your career, I feel like. And that lesson was, if you sing all day, you can't sing at night.
Right. And it rhymes to help people remember.
I'm a songwriter. Hi. And now she's killing it, and she's playing all over the world, and she's putting out music videos that are amazing and a true inspiration.
She's really awesome, dude.
She took our dream and she ran with it.
And she did it.
She did. But I think that going on tour with you and the way that you would interact with the crowd in between, and we were entertaining each other. We were making jokes about ourselves, about things happening, and I think that really carried over into what I do on YouTube now, which is, you always taught me kind of like, you got to take your bumps, you got to be able to play and entertain yourself regardless of where you are. And so I kind of keep that in my head whenever I'm making videos of like, if I'm crying laughing while I'm editing it, it doesn't matter if it gets 5,000 views. Like, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bringing your camera up here? I'm just sweating to I hate you so much.
Killing it on tour, bro.
Killing it on tour, bro.
This is to document that there were actually people here.
Dude, I remember you were never bummed out about there not being a lot of people at the gig.
Yeah.
And I think that even if you were, you never...
I don't think I was.
You were just kind of happy to be there.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, now I have nothing to compare it against. Now.
You're like, and now you cry all of the time.
No. You used to cry a couple times and it was good, but then you really found your niche with all this crying shit.
I don't ever want to hear anyone complain about anything again, because we were on tour and I found out my grandmother was in a coma and we still played a show that night.
Hell yeah, man. But what I was going to say is that we always had a great time regardless of how many people were there.
We did.
Because I think if you just talk to your friends from back home and people who go to concerts once in a while, they'll always remember somebody who didn't seem like they were into it.
Yes.
You know, like if you really admire someone and you go out to see them and you feel like they're like kind of bummed to be there and shitting on the audience or giving a half-ass performance.
We've played shows with people doing that, you and me.
For sure.
And it is the difference between who comes up to the merch table to see you and who avoids the other people is, if you're having a good time on stage, people know.
Remember when I was told that I would go last because they were sick of people coming up to me at the merch table for having an enjoyable experience?
You know, let's not get into the psychology of that one, but yeah, I do remember that. Just too busy selling out your book.
Dude, there's so many things we could never talk about.
Oh, the tour diaries of Meghan and Mike.
But I'll never forget those times. Ever.
Oh, I treasure those times.
Yeah.
It's one of those things too, I think when you started doing comedy stuff, there was a tiny little part of me that was sad because I was like, we might never go on tour the way that we did. But I think more than anything else, it's just I treasure those memories. And like,
they were the best.
I got to become a comedian.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
I wouldn't wish that on you. Because when I tell you, dude, I was talking on another podcast about this. Don't even remember which one. That's how Hollywood
so
I am.
famous.
Too many PCasts. I had to prove that I could like hold my own in music. Mm-hmm. And then I had to prove myself with this YouTube horse shit. Mm-hmm. And then I had to prove myself with this. That's like one lifetime each for any of those
People
things.
choose one dream. And Mike Falzone said, nah.
Give me most of them.
All of them. All the hardest
I'm gonna be
ones,
a goddamn
too.
baker. You wait.
But you know what I think that within that, for a long time I would kind of beat myself up a little bit, or not even really beat myself up, but there was always that part of me that felt like, oh, did I fuck up because I didn't choose like one thing and really go for it? Because I would see at the time it seemed like how much easier it must be to just have one track. I don't agree with that necessarily now that I look at it. But I think recently the realization that I've had is my goal was nothing to begin with. It was just I want to connect and make things. And then eventually once I realized there was an audience, it was like, oh, I don't see anyone that looks like me doing what I do. I want to be that person.
Yeah.
And so to sit and
fill the void.
To sit and say, well, I messed up because I didn't just do music or I didn't just do this. I had to sit down with myself and say, no. You try everything because someone that looks like you should be able to see you don't have to do just one thing and be good or okay at one thing.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
We started making music in the time where that was changing.
Yes.
It was like before us, the people who got signed before us, you could just do the one thing. Mm-hmm. And you could just be a musician and that's it. Mm-hmm. And now it's like if you want to be a musician or a comedian, the first thing your manager or agent will tell you is like get all these fucking followers and on all these sites.
Yeah.
So we did all this shit without anyone telling us. We did like the current business model without anyone telling us to do that.
Wow.
Welcome back to sucking our own dicks.
Everyone,
hope you're having a good time.
Everyone should be giving me their fucking 10%. Trial by fire, bitches.
Holy shit. We brought you all this shit, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
It's our fault.
I'm excited.
Who's still around from us making videos?
Yeah. Who remembers us covering, I'm trying to remember what songs you and I covered. BB Mac.
BB Mac.
Time.
How many YouTube subscribers does BB Mac have? And what are the chances they all still talk to each other? And name one person's actual name from BB Mac.
I fail this quiz.
Being on tour with Mike Falzone is like death.
Without the raisins.
I love you, and I'm drunk.
Shut up.
I mean, I don't think either of us. I mean, I'm still not done with music.
Yeah.
I just took a long break.
You did other things.
I did other things.
You diversified.
I did.
Yeah.
And you were always doing comedy with music.
Yes.
That's what
I
people...
was getting bored at singing songs about why girls didn't like it. And
Coffee
you can only
shops.
do so much of that.
Yeah, I mean...
Because eventually girls do start liking you. And you gotta put these songs on the show.
Eventually you start realizing that the girls you liked weren't worth liking, and you move on. Sometimes I think back to songs I wrote, and I don't remember who they're about, but they could be exchanged for any of the dicks that I've tried.
Yeah, right?
And it wasn't worth it.
Dude,
I mean, the
I would
song was
write-
great.
Yeah, well, that's why they're there.
That was worth it.
That's why those people are there.
That's
you know
true.
how when people are like, I'm not just some extra in your movie. You know, you're not an extra. You're a song. And then
You're not
bye-bye.
even billed in this movie, which is the weirdest part about it.
Yeah, man.
If Facebook didn't remind me what happened 5 years ago, I would have forgot you existed.
You're replaced by somebody else on the poster. Why is it a different person in the movie wasn't available the same day for the poster shoot?
Yeah, I'm the main character. It doesn't matter.
Dude, I had all these songs about why certain girls wouldn't like call me back. Mm-hmm. Like we had a great time talking once and then you gave me your number and then you wouldn't call me back.
Here's a 3.5-minute song about it.
But then like, what am I trying to do with that song? Maybe
Yeah.
someday they'll hear the song. Where?
They'll understand they should have texted me back.
Maybe someday they'll go to my MySpace and hear a song is vaguely about the situation.
They probably stayed with exactly who they stayed with and got married and had kids.
Yeah.
And don't think of us at all.
A dumber guy with a cooler dick.
I went
what
to a
got beaten
visual
out
place.
for.
I went to a visual place.
Yeah.
Cool dicks all day.
Yeah, man. And that's who you got to have kids with. A dumber guy with a cooler dick. And I hope that I hope that you're happy with your choices.
Your cool dick.
Dude, we had such a good time that one time we were both kind of drunk and eating pizza near each other.
I thought you were
How
talking
could
to
you not
me,
want
and I was
that?
like, we've been drunk eating pizza near each other quite a bit.
We've been drunk a bunch of times.
I saw your Four Loko story.
Yeah. Sometimes that's
Shout
one of
out.
those stories that you gotta dust that off every now and again.
You know, it's the only thing I really remember from that night besides that was my birthday party and I was screaming about getting dick in Pennsylvania.
That's where we were, Pennsylvania.
We were in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and it was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Yeah.
Don't remember what number, not important. Went to get pizza, Four Loko,
Yeah, both. And we got
All of
both
it?
in the same place.
all of it. And then I mostly remember having to force myself to take Margot out and make sure my dog was okay. Uh-huh. And then definitely at some point putting a pillow over your face.
Yes.
But like in a loving Four Loko induced way. And everyone survived and we got breakfast in the morning. It was delicious.
Everyone did survive. I'm not sure if that was the goal that everybody set out with.
Yeah. I wasn't looking to keep anyone else alive.
Clearly.
Just me.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. You can't do energy drinks and alcohol. Just like there was a whole portion of my 20s where I drank Red Bull and vodka. And that is disgusting. That's disgusting. And it's like hating yourself from the inside.
I mean,
It's like if you could punch your organs.
And you were punching them. I mean, I feel like we were obligated. We were on tour. We were musicians.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get drunk. Ooh, we're at VidCons and it's open bars.
The craziest of the musicians.
Yeah, just out there.
You got people throwing TVs out of hotel rooms and shit, but we went to VidCon, player.
We did.
They had 3 pools.
We sat with our other adult friends and played games where we asked each other questions about our lives and then took shots of Prosecco with Michael Buckley.
Like a fucking rock star,
yeah,
piece of shit.
Get down to it. It was such a pure time. Like, we were all just so excited to, like, meet up in Central Park and hang out for an hour.
You know what is so crazy? And I'm sure that even if it's not, like, in the forefront of your mind, you think about this all the time. YouTube has become something like it's like in the pop culture, like radio or TV. It's just like another thing that everybody knows about. It's like a source of education and entertainment and like this careers
built.
And you could see like millionaires and billionaires, and we were like 2 of the first 7 people.
We
on
really
this
were.
fucking website, and we went to all like VidCon is this huge thing, this convention celebrating its 10th year.
You're welcome,
right, dude?
You're welcome.
We were going to things like 7, 8, 9,
8,
where
8,
it was
8.
just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like crossing the border with strangers in their car, like getting pulled over because people had like chopped up wood. I was making bad decisions to
That's
just
so vague.
hang out with internet people because it felt like the circle was so small, and just to meet someone else that put videos online, was amazing.
So let's say there were like 500 of us.
Yeah.
In 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
We would all be like.
I would be shocked if there were even that many, actually.
Yeah, let's just say.
Yeah, I like it.
We would be like, let's all go to a bar in New York City.
This day, this time.
Yeah. And those were like the first internet meetups.
And we would just
And now
hang
it's
out.
like people pay thousands of dollars as an outsider to go to those.
Yeah, and they just started off at us drunk at a bar taking photos on our first digital cameras.
Dude, so compare that. We were literally just drunk in New York City for a couple hours, and then we would take the train home, right?
Yeah.
To now, like, Conan O'Brien needs a booth at VidCon.
He makes videos and then at the end has to shout out to remind people to like and comment below.
How fucking crazy is that?
You're welcome. You're
Dude,
all welcome.
you did it. Dude, I remember when I first started doing comedy in New York, and especially when I first moved out here, people would be like, why do people come to your shows? Like, what is
I remember
the deal?
this.
And I would be like, well, I make videos on YouTube. And they would be like,
Ugh.
And it was like you could watch, respect, leave a person.
Just go.
And now every big comedian
Yeah.
has a podcast and a YouTube channel.
Now they ask you, like, how many likes do you get? How many views do you
Yeah.
get? And then
When
that's
do you
when the
upload?
respect leaves. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's off of them, and it's an exchange of energy.
It is. But you know what I appreciate, and I think this is why you and I are still friends, is that when you're in this world for so long and you see it from every angle, you really realize how much bullshit there is. And that there's a clear differentiation between people who just wanted to connect with others and be creative and like felt alone in their little circle.
Yeah.
And people that are like, I want to have cars and money and I want people to cry when they see me. And it's a very different intention. And you can feel that. And also you start to realize that none of it's real. Like the only thing that's real really is like when you meet people and they have connected to something you've done.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Dude, like when we can... You hit it right on the head, Megan.
I hit it on the head.
When me and you used to spend like Thanksgiving together, and then we could not talk all year, and then you would come over on Thanksgiving, and it would be like we just got out of the car in Connecticut because we just played a show in Philadelphia.
Because I feel like we are... Obviously, we've both dealt with a lot and grown up a lot in different ways, but at the core, we're the same people. We're like...
Oh, yeah, for
just
sure.
excited to be here.
Hey, Meg. Do you want something to eat from Dunkin' Donuts?
I want you to choke on everything that you order.
Do you want me to get you something to eat like a nice man from Dunkin' Donuts?
No, because I don't want to owe you anything because you're an asshole and I hate you.
Do you still like doing what you're doing?
I think that that's a good question, actually.
So there's a part of
No.
It's okay to be like,
You know what it is? It's I enjoy. There are parts of it that I don't enjoy, but those don't outnumber the parts that I do. Like I don't love working on something and it makes like $10, right? Because you feel like, well, I should have just gone and gotten any other job.
For sure.
But I love that I've kind of created a life where I work with my friends. Mm-hmm. And so the things that I make when I'm editing them, I'm cackling the entire time. And that's kind of, to me, I'm like enjoying the process of making it.
Yeah.
It's just that the things that I don't have control over, I don't have control over.
Yeah.
And I also think there's this desire to like, and I felt it for a long time, to like hold on to YouTube. Like I'm a YouTuber and this is like, I was part of this thing. And now I'm just realizing that we're just kind of, we're creators. We make things. We're artists. And so you can't be married to a platform. And I was telling you earlier, I had a video that I was like, let's test this out. And I put it on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And YouTube got like 6,000 views. Instagram got like 25,000. And Twitter got like 350.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's not being married to a platform. It's just knowing that I have a voice and I know how to use it. And I can adapt that to whatever platform I'm using. And so as long as I am able to do that, I'll be okay.
Dude, it's like if you're a creative person, it's about the thing. It's not about the place.
Yeah,
and we got attached to the place because we were in it on the ground floor.
Yeah.
You know?
And now I do it kind of out of, I mean, I never lost sight of the fact that YouTube is essentially a really fancy, like, FTP site, you know?
Yeah.
Like, as someone who used to have to pay for bandwidth, it's nice that I can upload a file that's that big and anyone can see it. And so I think looking at it as more of a portfolio of things that you can make, and then understanding how to shift that to other platforms is the way you get opportunities. I mean, there are things that have happened to me that I've gotten opportunities because I was just out there with what I said, and whatever situation, like I hosted a show for a while and they were like, we kept getting sent these like beauty gurus, but everyone was scared of saying the word vagina. Yeah. And we stumbled on your videos. All those people
are dead now.
And all of them are dead. Long story short.
A lot of people, you hold that in for long enough.
And then you combust. Yeah. But I trust that like my stuff will always find its audience. And
it's harder now though. That doesn't happen as much.
It is. But
like,
you know what I realized?
Dude, years of evergreen stuff. Like I kept my stuff very open and evergreen.
Yes.
Specifically so you can go back through the years and be like, whenever I'm feeling whatever the title says, I can look at that and it'll have some relevance.
You can, I mean, the videos of you like leaving your parents' house with your hand in the air, those topics are just as true now as they were back then.
Yeah.
And so really, you could take some of that, repackage, re-edit, and put that on Instagram story. People would think it was yesterday.
But I was also like going through everything I've gone through in the past 13 years. Like some opinions have changed, but like I think my heart was always in the right place.
I think so too.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just nice. I did a lot of that stuff after I got sick for the first time, and that was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
You know? And then I had this like whole new lease on life because
you're like, I have to share all of these things just in case.
Oh, I almost died. Nothing matters.
So basically what you're saying, advice for being a creator
almost die.
Almost die.
I mean, I wouldn't give it as advice, but I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't help. You know? Because it gives you, you need like, Zoe is the way she is because big important shit happened in her life. You were different before big important shit happened in your life.
I was.
You know?
Get disowned, man. 2019.
Get disowned. Have a couple people in your family kick off. Get really close to some friends who aren't here anymore.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
True.
Befriend some problematic people before you know about that behavior. And then find out about it through a blog or something like that. and realize you were right in your head the whole time.
And then realize that you cut off everyone for a reason. And it just ups your intuition for the next time. We've been constantly learning lessons. I think I'm excited and nervous, but more excited than anything else to see like what the next 10 years are going to be for us. Because I think that we're not scared to transition into whatever we want.
No. Sometimes I talk to these YouTube people, the people who like reach out to see what opinions we have about the site.
Yeah.
That we can't really talk about.
Yeah.
And all I'll say is sometimes when we're talking and it sounds like everyone's very nice, but when it sounds like they're starting to go from a script, like you need to communicate this to these people, I zone out and I'm like, I've been putting up videos longer than you've worked at this company. And that doesn't mean I know more than you.
No.
But it definitely means we don't have the same perspective.
No. We've seen, and I told you earlier, I was like, by the minute that Google and YouTube knows the strategy is done.
It's over.
It's over.
Welcome back to The Strategy is Over.
Because for them to even tell us what the strategy is, that means they went through like 6 months and rounds of notes between a bunch of people that don't make videos.
Yeah. That's like when you read a book about like how to be a YouTuber or how to like a book on getting more views or something or marketing.
Yeah.
Like that's why like so many people follow a track.
Yes.
And I've been guilty of doing it, and everyone who does stuff has been guilty of doing it at some point. But it's like, there's this quote that's like, go your own way and leave a trail. Don't follow the given path, go your own way and make a trail. And the problem is that there are proven ways, mathematical, algorithmic ways to get attention.
Yes.
So very few people are going their own way and leaving a trail. And no one who has a goddamn documentary made of them. When was the last time you read a biography or watched a documentary where the narrator was like, and then they did what they were supposed to do?
Oh, yeah, no.
And now everything is like it is.
So he's like, they took a left turn, had no idea what they were doing, and then magic happened.
Yeah.
And then it never was replicated.
Yeah,
within the lifetime of that person.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And then a bunch of people just try to follow exactly what that person did.
Well, I think also there are a lot of people that are trying to figure out how to be viral and to like have this like short-term situation.
You ever get a casting notice for a viral video?
I just make hits.
Come on Sunday, we're making viral videos.
Oh my God.
We'll give you $150.
Those are, yeah, ooh, viral.
Because
those
it costs twice as much as
Why
that
don't you
to show it to 1,000 or 100,000 fake people.
Yeah, if anything, you should be paying us to be in this viral video.
Anyway, so what you're saying?
I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, no, I think that, and I thought this for a long time, that we are really the first people in this very small group that are showing how to long-term do what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a shelf life.
But no one cares because we're not rich.
No one cares because we're not
rich.
Rich. Then they would care. But I'm rich in my heart.
Dude, that's the thing. That's what we write our book on. Because other people have written books, it has to have words.
Yeah, we'll just copy and paste the basic answers and then sprinkle some,
Dude, no one has written the book How to Be Happy After 13 Years on YouTube.
Happy after YouTube.
So somebody just transcribe whatever we've said here today.
And we'll sell it as an ebook.
Yeah.
That's the next move.
We could just do that. We could sell it as an audiobook right now. I mean, they're watching it now for free. So you read our book for free. Thank you so much. Please tell other people that you've read it.
You better listen to it because in the next 24 hours, it goes behind a paywall.
Please nominate this for a Newbery Award. And buy it at the Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh my God, the Scholastic Book Fair. I miss it so much.
That's because it's gone because no one gives a fuck anymore. You put your kids in front of these goddamn screens where Logan Jake is telling them how to eat birds or whatever.
We just got to take things that we were excited about as kids and then reformat them for the internet. And then, we'll be rich.
There are 2 ways to get famous now. Write them down.
Okay.
1, have a talent and invest your life and your energy into getting good at that thing and master a craft.
Yes.
Or follow around someone popular and make videos and blogs about who they make out with. And mistakes they've made.
I like that second one.
And you could follow 1 or 2 of those paths.
There's only 2 paths.
You can't do both.
Never seen it done.
Or show people new phones. People seem to like that.
There. That's another one. Okay, so there's a 3rd path.
Or put makeup on phones.
Okay, there's a 4th path. A lot of paths over here.
Dude, that's the perfect YouTuber. Yeah. You would unbox makeup that you would put on a new phone you're showing someone. And your intro and outro music would be a cover of something that you did yourself.
Oh, yeah. And also there's some kind of social experiment in the middle.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you prank someone
Yes.
into editing for you.
Yes. This isn't intricate. And then you do a
What other tropes
mukbang
are there?
while you're, I'm trying to think of what
And your
kids do.
family's in the background while you're doing it.
Yes. But you're reacting to a video that you already made too. This is what you're watching is a video and then a reaction on top of that video.
Dude, sometimes anyone can do what they want to do on this. You have my permit as the godfather of YouTube.
Blessing.
No,
The godfather of
Michael
YouTube?
Buckley is the godfather. I'm the first cousin of YouTube. I'm your oldest cousin.
I'm the lost aunt.
You have my blessing to do whatever you want. But sometimes when I'm at these things and I see a lot of like family vloggers and people trying to get famous from being a family vlog, like that's what we're going to do instead of like any other job.
Yeah.
I just want to tell them that they don't have to do it. And that they're
Specifically to tell the children, you can get out of this.
I mean,
But can you really?
they cannot, which is something else. But I do want to tell people that you don't have to do that. You can make videos and experiment with videos and edit them to your heart's content.
Yeah.
And they don't have to go nowhere. You
That's
could
true.
write an album that doesn't have to be out there for everyone.
That's true.
And then you could listen back and hear that it's not good and then redo it and put it out when it's good. You can do that.
Sometimes you can just make things and then not put them out right away.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And if you're getting insulted by any of this, I suggest
Therapy.
That, well, I'm sure that is a good
That as
option.
well.
A little expensive.
Okay, fair.
But if you feel yourself getting mad, be like, wait a minute, why am I mad? And then be whatever you want.
Yeah. Feel that you're mad and then be it.
Learn from mistakes that we've made,
Yeah.
that people that we have known have made.
Yeah.
Get yourself something to eat if you're hungry.
Take a
What
nap.
else? Take a nap. It's good advice.
Hydrate.
Hydrate's so important.
Skincare.
So important.
60-second rule.
That's when something falls on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. Got it.
I don't know how much of this is going to make it in.
I
but
can't
had
wait.
A good time.
I can't wait.
I love you very much. We're always going to be friends.
I love you very much. We're always going to be friends.
We have a
Until I
very
get too rich
unique-
to be friends with you. And then I'm cutting everybody off.
Dude, God forbid. If I end up getting a Netflix special or something, bye-bye.
Thank you so much again for watching Mike in the Morning. Ooh, I appreciate you being here so much. You know who else I appreciate? The sponsors of this channel. They give $5 every month, get 5 extra things, and one of those things is getting their name on screen at the end of the video. And so here's that.
If you ever see me, you know who Sebastian Maniscalco is?
No, that's
He's
a lot
an
of a name.
Italian. He's very Italian.
Yeah.
And now he does like stadium tours.
Bye-bye. If you go to, if I get super rich and you go to text me and it bounces back, like I've actually changed my phone number since high school. It was nice knowing you.
Sayonara.
Enjoy those photos on Facebook. I don't look like that anymore.
I hope you shutterflied a book of our memories. Because that's all, not a sponsor, because that's all we got left.
I hope you have some memories of us on Daily Booth. Maybe we did a few blog TV and Stick'em streams.
I hope you got some shots of us on Time Hop. 'Cause that's the
That
only
one went
way.
right to the heart.
I love you. Thank you for being
I love
a
you.
friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Travel down the road back again.
Hey.
I'm Meghan Tonjes.
I'm Mike Falzone.